All right, guys, so we're now at our vendor partner Kongsberg here, and I got my man Jesse.
How you doing?
Jesse, you want to introduce yourself?
How you doing? I'm Jesse out of Dayton, Ohio. Thanks for joining us here at ISA.
It's awesome to be face-to-face with customers again.
Absolutely.
Jesse runs Kongsberg's facility out of Miamisburg. He has spent, just like me, the last 2 years on camera doing the best we can to make these machines look as impressive as they can on a video screen.
Yeah.
But being face-to-face with customers makes our job a lot easier. You get to see it run and cut. So I'd ask Jesse to go ahead and prepare a file here. The Kongsberg does an amazing job of print and cut. So you want to walk us through what that...
Sure, absolutely. So I've converted this job to print, flip and cut, and I'm going to go ahead and start, and we'll kind of talk through the different stages of what's going to happen. So the first stage here, we're actually going to register the corner of the sheet. So I'm going to find the corner of my sheet. I'll confirm that, and then the machine's going to go and measure the thickness and then scan down the sides and get an alignment.
And so by flipping the material over, I'm going to be cutting into the unprinted side of the material. So if you have a printer like a UV printer that tends to want to chip or crack, you're doing an upcut bit through there. It avoids the chipping and cracking section of it.
Absolutely.
So what it's doing now, it found that corner, found the edge. It's reading the registration layer. Yeah. Do you mind if I flip it?
Yeah.
Are we doing a turn or a tumble here?
We are doing a front to back.
Front to back? Okay. So the orientation that I flip it makes a difference. So I flipped it front to back, and now the machine's going to go through and find the other corner again, and then know where my cut path is in relation to that front side of material. So this is really useful again in a packaging application.
Yep, packaging application, or if you're doing something where you got acrylic and you're wanting to route and not have a risk of the ink to chip, or even if you've got like a laminate on that acrylic, you know, you put that face side down, that way the bit is pulling up against the bit.
So Jesse, one of the other things I hear from customers a lot is they like how obviously this machine has safety features, but it's not overwhelming safety features to where you can't get anywhere near the machine while it's running. I mean, there's some dangerous cutting heads and things going on there. But I can literally stand here. If I was checking out my graphic and this table bumps into me,
slight bump is all it
didn't
takes.
kick me out of the way. It just bumped into me, and then it resets.
You can reset your,
I should have asked you before I went and did that on your machine. So,
and then
pull it back out.
We can just reset that safety and continue right where we were.
Yep. And so in a real application, a production application, you're in here making sure your cuts are looking clean, looking good, but the safety devices on this machine don't prevent you from being able to do your work.
Absolutely.
So if I want to pull this piece out of here and take a look at it, I can get in there and do that while the machine is running.
Absolutely.
So Jesse, we're using the high frequency router for foam board, right?
Yes, this is a multi-purpose high frequency vibe knife. And we're using a 6314 blade. So yeah, this is oscillating into that foam core.
This is, Grimco being a reseller of this machine. And one thing I love partnership with Kongsberg is when I have questions on, hey, what's the right knife or what's the right blade, what's the right speed, Jesse's a phone call away and I get those answers from him. So, and likewise too, I don't know, you're not really involved in the service, the installation or...
I install my machines in my demo center.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
The one thing with Kongsberg that we hear a lot from customers, I've experienced it myself, your guys' service is phenomenal. You're literally a phone call away from getting somebody on the phone that not only answers the phone, but has the answer to the problem you may be having.
Absolutely, we strive to make that very important in our industry.
Yeah, the one thing I sense with you guys is you know what your customers are using these tables for. They cannot be down. Like they rely on this to keep their production moving, and it's great, reliable machines. Yeah. So we'll keep this running. All right, and so now it produced that blind flip and cut. Let you do the honors. Did it cut correctly? Oh,
and you
so
can
perfect.
See there, our bleeds are nice and centered.
Perfect registration, even though it was cutting blind. Work hard, stay humble. So Jesse, what's been your favorite graphic you've been slicing and dicing this week?
Probably the lightsabers.
Lightsabers?
The acrylic lightsabers.
Yeah, on the acrylic, yeah, so I did all of the print work here in my demo center that we shipped on down to the Kongsberg facility. So you guys got some amazing graphics, no doubt.
Awesome stuff. Thank you guys very much at Grimco for taking care of this.
All right, thanks for the demo, Jesse.
Absolutely, thank you. Have a good one.